Alright then people, welcome back to the channel. Now before we start this episode, please do me a favour, click on the like button, subscribe and leave your comments in the section below because I really want to know what you think about this one. So Ruben Amorim is the new Manchester United manager and his work starts on the 11th of November. Here are 5 things he needs to bring to Manchester United. Number 1, winning culture. Manchester United must have a winning culture. And that's something that we haven't had since Sir Alex Ferguson left. It is really important for the club to have a winning culture. Yes, we've won 2 trophies in the last 2 years. But those are 2 finals that if you get the tactics right, if you get the personnel, the players right, and you get the tactics right, you win. And as you can see, we won the final against Man City in the FA Cup and then against Newcastle in the Carabao Cup. But those are one-off games. Apart from that, Manchester United have not had a consistent winning culture, winning of games where we've won convincingly, where you're thinking, oh my God, I can't believe we're playing this good and we're winning games. It has always been nip and tuck. It has always been, games where you're winning 1-0 or 2-1 or 3-1. Wins where you come off it thinking, oh my goodness, we're lucky to win this. During Erik ten Hag's tenure, he was not able to sort of implement a winning culture. David Moyes was not able to implement a winning culture. Jose Mourinho did it, but then in the end, he failed with the players and with the board as well. And Van Gaal, he also did his best but couldn't succeed. Number 2, improve the attack. One thing that I think is missing massively right now in our team is the attack. I really don't know what's going on because we cannot put the ball behind the net. And if you think about it, it's actually one of the reasons why Erik ten Hag was sacked. Because from the first game of the season against Fulham, we could have won that game 3-0, 4-0. We created chances. Casemiro had some really good chances. Bruno Fernandes had some really good chances as well. And we couldn't convert them apart from Joshua Zirkzee's late winner. If you look at Palace away, in the first half, we should have won that game 4-5-0 because we had the chances. If you look at West Ham away, in the first half, United played incredible football, but we couldn't put the ball away. Bruno Fernandes hit the woodworks. Garnacho hit the woodworks. It's just been really dire, right? The attack is just pathetic, and so Ruben Amorim must come to Manchester United and improve the attack because we need it. When your attack is fluent and is consistent and is prolific, you always win games. Right? But if it's not, as you can see, we're not winning games and it doesn't make the manager look good. And, subsequently, Erik ten Hag was actually fired because this attack cannot hit a barn door. We can't hit the back of the neck, so he needs to improve that. Number 3, control games. Control games. Controlling games is something that Manchester United needs so badly. Right? We've seen it at the European away games. What has been our downfall is not controlling games. We can go 2-0 up and then we concede 2 goals in the next 5 minutes. It happened all throughout last year and it's happened throughout this year as well. Right, the last match against Fenerbahce, we went 2-0 up, and then before we know, there's an equalizer, and then it's a follow-up. So look, Manchester United need to control games, and Ruben Amorim needs to come in, needs to establish a way that United can control games. Because Ruben, he plays 3-4-3, which he likes to focus more on midfield play and overload the midfield. So I think his style, is one that would accommodate the team in playing a football that is controlling, that you can hold the ball and we've got players like Kobe Mainu and Ugarte, who are good at, Ugarte is very good at, sort of getting the ball back, and Kobe Mainu is good at recycling the ball and taking it, right, left, centre, and making sure that we keep the ball in the team. But we need to control games, because that has been one of Erik ten Hag's downfall, not being able to control games, and the match is basically a basketball game, really, back and forth, back and forth. It is not good for the fans to watch. For neutral fans, it is a great game to watch because it's back and forth, it's an open game, and you're really enjoying it. But for Manchester United fans, it's the worst game to watch, because you know that anytime Manchester United scores, you know that we're going to concede straight away within 4 minutes. Against Chelsea, we scored the first goal through penalty from Bruno Fernandes, and then we go in and concede the next goal in 4 minutes. We cannot control games. We cannot control and basically keep a lead, and that is something that has been a downfall of this club, and that needs to stop. Number 4, positional discipline. Positional discipline is something that we need at this club, right? Because if you look at most of the games, a lot of the players do not seem to know where they need to be, how they need to be there, and what they need to be when they are there. Bruno Fernandes, great player. I think he's done really well at Manchester United since he came in. But most of the time, he is everywhere. He's literally everywhere. We need Bruno as the 10, occupying the 10 places, because that's when he can be really impactful. Rather than being, in the defence before he's in the attack, and then he's in the midfield, then he's in the right wing, then he's in the left wing. That we need positional discipline. Players need to know where they're playing, what their jobs are, and how they need to do their jobs. I think that's where this club needs a lot of improvement on. This team needs a lot of improvement in terms of, positional discipline. That way you can win your first balls, you can win second balls, you can win all your duels, and then you can start playing some really good football because you're disciplined, you know where you're playing, and you know how you're playing it. And number 5, authority. Ruben Amorim needs to be the one that players know. He is the one. He's the manager. He's the coach, sorry. He's the gaffer. He's the one that we're reporting to. Ruben Amorim needs to let these players know that I'm the guy. I'm going to select the team. If a player is not playing well, he needs to be dropped. If the player is training well, he needs to come in. There should be no favoritism in this team. Players need to earn their spot. Players need to earn their selection. That's how a football team is meant to operate, right? There's so many times where in other teams, managers have had their favourites. Erik ten Hag has his favourites, and that is something that I think ultimately sort of cost his job. So he needs to, have authority over the team, and he needs to make sure that players know that he is the boss. He is the one that calls the shots, and everyone obeys him. We don't need players going onto social media and basically having a rant, because then, they undermine the authority of the coach. We don't need players, doing things that will bring, pressure onto the team and to the club. Ruben Amorim needs to stamp his authority when he comes in. And that is something that I believe, if he's able to do that, will stand him in good stead. So look, these are the 5 things that I believe Ruben Amorim needs to bring to Manchester United for the team to be a success. I'm really interested in hearing what you think about these points that I've made in this video. If you have any points at all to add, let me know in the comment section below. And if you have any questions, anything, any opinions, please put it down there, because I'm really interested in sort of reading it. I'll reply to it. And I'll see you guys on the next one.